Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Uncle Frank, and I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Uncle Frank has to come out and congratulate the Bitcoin community. Bitcoin was trading near the milestone of 80,000 on Sunday after hitting it earlier in the session following Donald Trump's decisive victory in the U.S. presidential election earlier in the week. Bitcoin, the world's biggest and best known crypto, is up 65.4% from the year's low of 38,505 it hit on January 23rd. Trump has vowed to make the United States the crypto capital of the planet. That's welcome news considering the $1,920 billion debt explosion has hit the U.S. as International Monetary Fund issues a dire warning on the nation's loose fiscal policy. The U.S. government has added nearly $2 trillion to the national debt since the start of the year, according to new data from the Treasury Department. The Treasury's debt to the penny database shows that the U.S. national debt has increased by $1.92 trillion since January 2nd, bringing the total debt to more than $35.91 trillion as of November 5th. The national debt reached the $35 trillion level for the first time in July and is now less than $90 billion shy of hitting the $36 trillion mark. The new data comes amid a stark warning from the IMF on the need for the U.S. to get its finances in order. In both the U.S. and China, the IMF says current debt trajectories are unsustainable. At the time of this recording, I have the global crypto market cap at $2.74 trillion. That's a 7.48% increase over the last day. Bitcoin is up 17.62% over the past 7 days. Ethereum, 31.89%. Dogecoin, 70.04%. And XRP up 23.18% over the past 7 days as well. Hey, I say it's okay to celebrate a little after being shit on for 4 years. From Friday, Tesla hits $1 trillion market value as Musk-backed Trump win fans' optimism. Late Saturday night, I believe Arizona's election results finally came in. Trump won Arizona, which means he swept all 7 battleground states, also known as the Blue Wall. Before we get too far away from the election results, I want to remind everyone, Cramer said the markets were predicting a Harris win. Some crypto investors saw a Trump victory due to the infamous inverse Cramer effect following the television host's prediction of a Harris victory. Wrong again, Cramer. And there's the nearly complete county map of the 2024 election. I can see how Cramer could make such an easy mistake. The market was clearly signaling a Harris victory. Before we get too far away from politics, according to the Daily Hodl, this is the most pro-crypto Congress ever. Brian Armstrong says U.S. voted for 257 House candidates favoring digital assets. In my humble opinion, I've never seen a more exciting yet perilous market atmosphere in my lifetime. I can't wait to see what will happen next. Trump is scheduled to be inaugurated on January 20th, which is 71 days away. Monday, 11/11 is Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. The stock market will be open, but the bond market and the banks will be closed. The Fed Reserve varsity team has 11 speaking engagements this week alone, including the Wizard of Oz himself, Jay Powell, on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. On Wednesday, November 13th, 8:30 a.m., Consumer Price Index. Thursday, initial jobless claims, but more importantly, Producer Price Index. And then on Friday the 15th, 8:30 a.m., U.S. retail sales. Now, Bill Wang will be sentenced on November 20th for fraud, market manipulation, and racketeering conspiracy. He was convicted in July following a 2-month trial that captivated Wall Street. He faces a maximum of 20 years in prison on each count. Next week, Thursday, November 21st, 8:30 a.m., I would watch initial jobless claims. Now in December, we have GameStop earnings unconfirmed for the 4th. GME's calls usually boring, but something tells me this one may have some fireworks. The last Fed meeting for the year on the 12th and 13th. That's right, the last possible rate decision for this year falls on Friday the 13th. The final quadruple witching day for the year is the 20th, the following Friday. The most important quad witching date of the year is considered to be the 3rd Friday of December because it marks the simultaneous expiration of multiple derivative contracts, including stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures, often leading to the highest trading volume and market volatility on that day compared to the other quad witching dates in March, June, and September. I expect this year's quad witching to burn the barn down, not investment advice or advisor. Okay, earnings seem quieter this coming week, but the ones I would watch out for are Home Depot and Plug Power before the bell on Tuesday, Cisco after the bell on Wednesday, Disney before the open on Thursday, and Applied Materials after, and then Baba before the open on Friday. Okay, for once I agree with the financial media. Inflation, retail sales data greet a market rally. What to know this week? Of course, what we're talking about is CPI, PPI, retail sales, right? Quarterly results from Home Depot, Cisco, and Disney will highlight the week of earnings reports. I would agree. I would only add, keep an eye on the 10-year Treasury yield and this crypto rally that is underway. And breaking from Yahoo Sunday, the Biden economy is over this week in Bidenomics. See ya. I couldn't agree more. I've never seen more stupid ideas gain traction than I have over the past 4 years. I won't miss this guy or these antics for a second. There are a lot of distractions and shiny objects to look at right now, but we have to keep an eye on stories that are flying under the radar. From just an hour ago, Moscow on fire as Russian capital targeted by massive drone attacks in disaster for Putin. And from last week, U.S. ordered Taiwan Semiconductor to halt shipments to China of chips used in AI applications. The U.S. order comes just weeks after TSMC notified that one of its chips had been found in a Huawei AI processor. Before I wrap this episode, I want to review the potential black and white swan list. Why, you ask? Because they show up when you're least prepared for them. That's why. Under Geopolitical, we may have a new president, but we still have issues in the Middle East. The conflict between Israel and Hamas and Hezbollah goes on. The situation between Israel and Iran is not resolved. The war in Russia and Ukraine continue. China-Taiwan is not off the table. And North Korea is always a wild card. Now they have troops fighting in Ukraine. Under systemic, financial, we still have a $1.14 trillion growing U.S. credit card debt crisis. We have not resolved a $4.7 trillion commercial real estate debt crisis. We still have unrealized losses at U.S. banks and the Fed to address. Last I checked, nearly 300 U.S. banks are still considered to be at a higher risk of failure. The de-dollarization trend originating from BRICS is not gone. We still have a growing $35 trillion U.S. debt spiral and a $200 trillion derivative tsunami out there. Now, some of the white swans. Ryan Cohen could make a surprise announcement about the future of GME. We could even get another Roaring Kitty tweet. The case against Ripple XRP goes on, but we could see the approval of some XRP ETFs. Maybe with the new administration and Gensler gone, maybe that case gets tossed, but right now it looks like mid-2025. Elon Musk could debut his new payment platform on X, and that could affect some of the crypto space. It was scheduled to be debuted in 2024. Rate cuts from the Fed. Okay, we've got one more meeting in December. Maybe the cuts will be delayed. Hidden hedge fund over leverage is still out there, meaning securities sold yet not purchased, potentially billions of unreconciled synthetic shares. We're getting a lot of good news, but these swans are still persistent. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.